ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to the 7th Annual Climate Control Awards, powered by GECO. My name is Holly Chant, and I'm your MC for what promises to be a very exciting evening. We shall be giving away awards in 17 categories, and during the course of the evening, we will be honoring and recognizing outstanding performance by individuals and businesses directly and indirectly associated with the HVACR industry. My first order of business is to invite Bea Surrender, the co-founder and editorial director of CPI Industry, to give the opening address.
Distinguished guests from the government and dear colleagues from the HVACR industry, good evening and a warm welcome to the 7th edition of the Climate Control Awards. I'll do my best not to preface the ceremonial presentation of awards with a long speech, but as editor of Climate Control Middle East magazine, I'm duty-bound to give a certain context to what we do as an industry. First and foremost, on behalf of the entire HVACR fraternity, I thank the UAE Ministry of Infrastructure Development for so kindly offering its patronage to the entire elaborate awards exercise. The ministry's presence is a massive boost to our efforts in mitigating climate change and in contributing to socio-economic development, a work that includes paying attention to indoor environmental quality, food safety, food security, fire safety, among other essential attributes. The HVACR industry is one of the most influential bodies of the modern era. Besides contributing to building performance and cold chain for preserving food and vaccines and other temperature-sensitive products, its impact straddles industrial processes and activities, and also information technology, and its global critical mass of data centers. In keeping with its influential role, which is only increasing with more and more modern-day applications, the HVACR industry has constantly been introducing innovations in technology, with more relatively recent ones being centrifugal two-stage magnetic bearing chiller compressors with variable speed drives for chilled water plants, inverter-based VRF systems, and airside economizer systems for data centers. The introduction of these three and several more has been highly commendable, and we shall be honoring several companies today for their wonderful accomplishments, including innovations. What we need to ask ourselves, though, is all of this enough? Can we remain smug with introducing innovations in technology? Are they going to get us over the line in improving building performance or cold chain, to cite two examples? The answer to these questions has to be an emphatic no. It is wonderful we are deploying the very latest of technologies, but I do believe it is deplorable that we are reluctant to fully recognize the specialized nature of the MEP community. As a magazine, we went deep into this topic more than a year ago, which culminated in a major conference 2 months ago. The findings are startling. There is an indisputable need for specialized MEP consultants and MEP contractors for the region to keep good on its promise for smart and healthy cities, better cold chain, and other socioeconomic attributes. And equally, there is indisputable evidence that specialized MEP disciplines are being neglected, sad to say. This region has pioneered several initiatives and has moved up several human development indices. It has expressed a deep desire to contribute to a new world order and to touch excellence in every macro and micro task it undertakes. This region has a golden opportunity to translate that desire into reality, and for that, it needs to pioneer a mindset of embracing inclusive growth of all stakeholders and creating a business-enabling environment for MEP consultants and MEP contractors, so that they are able to sustain themselves financially as organizations, and through that, they are able to fully contribute their undoubted expertise towards helping achieve a new world order. The world spoke at Kigali last year, and there was much all-around praise when HFCs were brought under the purview of the Montreal Protocol. Kigali was a watershed, but much more needs to be done to reduce direct and indirect emissions. While I say all this, Musk and Tesla reportedly are working hard to develop so far unseen reliable energy storage devices to store the energy harnessed from the sun. If the solar plus storage project comes to fruition as a 24-hour solution, it currently continues to power the island of Kauai after sundown from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., but we are talking about a 24-hour solution. It will no doubt be a game changer because it will make it possible to have uninterrupted and reliable power supply. As far as the HVACR industry is concerned, it truly would be a game changer if it is able to provide enough juice to power even the most energy-intensive air conditioning and refrigeration systems. If it can, who knows, it may refashion the entire energy debate. But that could be some time away, and time is something we don't have in the fight against climate change. As of the present, we need to put our best foot forward, and with what we have, and it lies in collaborative effort and in building trust. In August this year, Hurricane Harvey hammered Houston, Texas in the United States. It has come to be called the storm that humans helped cause. Now we can argue endlessly about whether climate change is induced by humans or not, and introduce a whole lot of fuzzy reports, policies, and counterclaims. But the point is, in the case of Harvey, the evidence points to human inaction in mitigating climate change. As Len Hart wrote, the daily surface temperature of the Gulf of Mexico last winter never dropped below 73 degrees Fahrenheit. You can probably guess how many previous times that has happened. 0. This sort of heat has a specific effect on storms. Warmer weather causes heavier rainfall. Why? When the sea is warm, more moisture evaporates into the air, and when the air warms, which has also been happening in Texas, it can carry more moisture. The severity of Harvey, in other words, is almost certainly related to climate change, unquote. Hurricane Harvey represents a grim portent of what could be a norm than an exception. This big blue marble that we call Earth needs protection. It needs our help, and it goes beyond geographical boundaries and corporate financial goals. This award ceremony represents a higher calling and a persuasion to stare deeply into our collective soul as an industry. I sincerely hope you agree with me on that point. Thank you for so patiently listening to me. Thank you.
Now, this awards exercise has been made possible thanks to the wonderful contribution of the distinguished members of the jury and representatives from KPMG, the moderators of the entire awards exercise. They willingly gave their time and invested astonishing earnestness, dedication, and sincerity in evaluating the entries. It was a tough grind, but they stuck to it till the task came through and the haze lifted. CPI Industry wishes to honor them for their exemplary service to the industry. They're part of the grand narrative that, as Surinder just pointed out, must sustain to push the boundaries on technological innovation and collaboration. To honor them, may I once again call to the stage B. Surinder, the co-founder and editorial director of CPI Industry. And now, may I invite to the stage the judges and KPMG. Ladies and gentlemen, the distinguished judges of the 2017 Climate Control Awards are Mr. Ghalib Abusa, CEO and founder, GASO. Mr. Abusa sadly could not be here with us tonight owing to health reasons. Mr. Basil Abdulaziz, CEO and founder of ATS Company of Jeddah, will be receiving the memento on his behalf. Mr. Kandasamy Anbalagan, Managing Partner, Pro Lead Engineering Consultants. Mr. Majid Fayed, Deputy Manager, Sustainability and Benchmarking from Farnec. Mr. Ahmed Ali Luta, Senior Project Manager, Infrastructure, Environment, Strategy and Policy Department, UAE Ministry of Cabinet Affairs and the future Prime Minister's Office. Mr. Sugata Nandi, CEO and Founder, Energy and Environmental Efficiency Advisory, 3E Advisory. Ms. Shamim Rashid Sumar, Vice President, Development, Middle East, Jensen Hughes. Mr. Nico Savides, Senior Mechanical Engineer, A&P Group of Companies. Mr. Christopher Seymour, Development Director, Middle East and Southeast Asia Region, Mott MacDonald. Mr. Sasisha Shetty, Project Engineer, Group Engineering and Projects, Shared Services Center, Emirates National Oil Company Limited. Ms. Anwar Al-Shimri, Director, Design Department, UAE Ministry of Infrastructure Development. Mr. David O'Reilly, Managing Partner of Britannia International. Mr. Bjorn Osby, Manager, Project Developments, Lulu Group International. Mr. Hassan Yunus, Director of Griffith Project Development Consultants, and Mr. Faraz Said, Associate Director of KPMG Lower Gulf Limited. These gentlemen unfortunately could not be here with us tonight due to unavoidable circumstances, but we will be honoring them at a later date. Thank you, judges, and thank you, KPMG, for your wonderful contribution. And thank you, Surrender, for handing out our trophies. And now, may I invite Sugata Nandi, the chairperson of the jury, to give us insight into the evaluation process.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My colleagues from the HVAC industry, my fellow judges, my friends at Climate Control, Middle East, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great privilege and honor to welcome you to the annual, as I call it, the pilgrimage of the HVAC industry. Most of you here I meet once a year, and then I wait for another 364 days to come and meet you again. Extending a warm welcome to this August group would be like an oxymoron, right? Because we are the air conditioning industry. So to symbolize our contribution as an industry, I extend to all of you a very cool and comfortable welcome, wishing that the indoor environmental quality of this ballroom matches the quality standards that this industry sets. When I look around, I cannot help but think that this room is occupied by people who are actually conditioning most of the buildings in the UAE and definitely a majority of the buildings in the GCC as well. This room, ladies and gentlemen, keeps the economy ticking, makes work environment productive, helps supply the population with healthy food, generates thousands of jobs and contributes to the GDP. And that's all happening because of the people in this room. Now we keep hearing the concept that HVAC consumes 60 to 70% of the energy in a building. And that's how HVAC is always the pet punching bag for everybody. That when you talk of energy management, carbon footprint, etc., you always talk of HVAC systems. What most people tend to forget is that in the quest for environmental sustainability, livability, workability, productivity, healthcare, education are all made possible by HVAC systems. Of course, all of this can be achieved in more energy efficient manner as we go along. And we have seen several exhibits of that, not only energy efficient technologies, but also environmentally friendly technologies as well. Our world is changing dramatically in more ways than one. Change is encouraged today. Let me give you a quick flavor of what I'm talking about.
I'll get in touch with you later.
Sure.
What do you do?
Oh, well, mainly I like to call myself a software and cognitive developer because I love developing with cognitive computing and artificial intelligence. I'm an algorithmist. I love working with, designing, and implementing algorithms. I'm a keynote and TEDx speaker. I'm an author. I've written a book, and I'm working on another one about IBM Watson. And, of course, I'm also an IBM champion for cloud and honorary IBM cloud advisor.
Where did
Hang
I
on
go
a second.
wrong?
Someone just get me a flannel cover. Do you go to school?
Well, I'm currently homeschooled in grade 8, going to grade 9 now.
Wow. Okay, so you're bright. Artificial intelligence is taking over the world. Is that fair to say?
Well, you see, that's actually one thing that I believe a lot of people have, this sort of misconception that artificial intelligence is this technology that was made to replace humans, that really everything we do, whether it be, our jobs or whatever we do at home every day. But really what I believe is that artificial intelligence was developed and is continuing to be developed for the sole purpose of really augmenting our life and amplifying our skills or capabilities and what we can do every day.
But what about when the computers actually learn that they're better than us?
Well, you see, that's sort of called a singularity of artificial intelligence, at which point artificial intelligence has surpassed human intelligence to the point that we cannot control it. But really what I believe at this point, artificial intelligence, I won't go into the details right now since we're limited on time, but the thing is right now, artificial intelligence itself as a technology is so foolable and so primitive that either A, we won't reach that singularity point, or B, if we do, it's a very long ways off.
Do you understand that, Mark?
No, I couldn't. I wanted to take notes for the exam at the end of it.
You lost them in the first.
Could I perhaps offer you a golf ball? There you go.
Very nice.
You do this YouTube channel, which you teach people. What is that all about, and who is your target audience?
Yeah, sure. Now, I actually have a YouTube channel called Tanmay Teaches that I've been running for around 6 years now, and it has over 144 videos and now 22,000 subscribers. And so on it, I love to teach about computing, really programming, these algorithms that I develop, machine learning especially, math, science, and especially technologies like IBM Watson. Because, of course, I like to share my knowledge because I realize that there's this lack of resources for people to learn about technologies like AI, which is why I absolutely love sharing my knowledge through, of course, these YouTube videos, the books that I'm authoring, the keynotes that I have, and really Watson comes in here in such a great way because Watson allows me...
What's Watson?
Sure.
Mark thinks he's a golfer, but what is Watson?
Now, IBM Watson is essentially a cognitive system that allows developers to incorporate cognitive and machine learning into their applications without having to code in the actual intelligence. And what this means is that, of course, right now, really one of the main reasons developers aren't incorporating more machine learning into their apps is because it's so hard to do. It's really difficult to incorporate intelligence because...
Has the I'm going to take this somewhere else, this interview. Has the Homeschooling Association of the World got hold of you as the front person?
Oh, well, there is actually a Homeschooling Legal Defense Association, I believe, HSLDA in Canada, and I actually had a keynote for them last year in Niagara Falls.
You're the poster boy for homeschooling, aren't you?
Well, I did have a keynote for them, and I talked a lot about the advantages of homeschooling and why it's great for kids who want to go into different and really targeted subjects.
Okay, I want to get right down to business now. When did you realise you were bright and smarter than most?
Well, I originally started coding when I was 5 with simple languages like Fox Pro and Batch. But eventually, at 9 years old, I had my very first iOS app accepted into the Apple App Store called T-Tables.
But did your mum and dad do something to you between 0 and 5 that plugged you into the wall? What did they do to you? At five you were
Are you smarter than your mum and dad, by the way?
Oh, well, I have... my dad used to work as a computer programmer, but he used to work with, simple, regular programming languages like Fox Pro, Batch, scratch, a little bit of C, etc. But you see, now I'm really interested in artificial intelligence and how it can actually be implemented on all these different platforms.
You'd be a
create
nightmare to
intelligent
teach.
apps.
You'd be an absolute nightmare to teach, wouldn't you? I mean, because you'll be smarter than
Oh,
the lecturers. And you would
I
be.
never even want to get in an argument with you, ever.
But I would like to see you on a quiz show because I think you would nail that.
well, you see, there is one thing that I've been working on, and it's essentially an app called Ask Tanmay, an NLQA system. And so essentially, it's a system that can take your natural language questions and answer them for you using Watson and artificial intelligence. And actually, the original reason why I made Ask Tanmay, there's an Indian version of the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show called KBC, which I originally wanted Ask Tanmay to play.
Anybody knows who this guy is? Okay, his name was written there on the screen, that's for sure, but I'm glad that you know this. Any idea why I played this video? This has got nothing to do with the HVAC industry. Now, this guy is competition for us, and guys like him, thousands of guys like this. Today's world is very different. It's changing all the time. Where competition comes from, we don't know. So if we are remaining complacent with that we have been in the industry for 50 years, manufacturing chillers, chill water pumps, etc., tomorrow you don't know where the competition is going to come from. No industry is safe today. We are all familiar with Tesla, right? It's a very well-positioned company, I would say. New technology, everything. Now, Tesla posed a new threat to the automotive industry, yet it is itself at risk today. From the Volvos, the Benzes, the Chevrolets, and the new talk of the town, the BMWs. Competition can appear from anywhere, anytime. A duct manufacturer could be replaced tomorrow by a new technology. Sorry, I'm not trying to threaten the duct manufacturers here. Entirely unheard of today. For example, self-cleaning ducts could be the new innovation. So why did we change the awards methodology this year? This is a slide of the Sustainable Development Goals of the United Nations, 17 of them. It covers a wide range of aspects, ranging from what is specifically of interest to this audience's sustainable cities and communities to affordable and clean energy. Closer home, we already are familiar with Dubai Plan 2021, UAE Vision 2021, and so on and so forth. Now, there are several drivers of change that is changing the HVAC industry as well. However, for the HVAC industry to get its due recognition, it needs to start aligning itself with the various vision goals prominently and take its due place with the hyperloops, the electric cars, the drones, etc. The industry needs to showcase its contribution to the Federation's targets of achieving improved health, happiness, productivity, efficiency, and environmental improvement. The HVAC industry also needs to be resilient and financially sustainable, especially in tough economic conditions. And the judges have seen evidence of such achievement in the awards entries this year. The judges also witnessed a prime example of manufacturing plants utilizing 100% locally available, locally sourced raw materials, and a great example of more than 20% Saudization from an award entry in Saudi. Now, what were the judges looking for this year? We're looking for alignment with federal initiatives, not only in terms of technology, but also in terms of ability to scale up rapidly. How can your technology help solve a regional crisis like replacing current cladding with fire-resistant ones in a cost-effective manner? How cost-effective is your technology in solving regional problems like poor IQ? Can your technology do more than just cool? We have examples of air conditioning system that not only conditions the environment, but also has a byproduct, which is distilled water from air. What scale of investments is being made in R&D, particularly in this part of the world? Because we have always heard from day one, yes, your R&D is in the US, your R&D is in Europe, but it doesn't apply, those technology doesn't apply to these conditions here. How are you supporting the local authorities in helping improve standards? Are you able to generate jobs for the local population? Are you a homegrown company expanding globally? And most importantly, how are you helping regional governments achieve their vision statements? We witnessed some excellent achievements. We also witnessed some spirited efforts who may not have qualified for the awards but made themselves proud by making a great effort. So congratulations to Climate Control Middle East and my friends there for a sustained award series. This is the 7th edition. And congratulations to the winners this evening, whoever they may be. Do enjoy the accolades that come your way. And if you have missed an award, please don't be dissatisfied. Always remember that there's always a next year. So work harder and smarter. Most importantly, work smarter because that's the name of the game today. Thank you very much.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for, the presentation of the 2017 Climate Control Awards. but first I have a very special introduction. This is my bell. So when our winners are invited to give a speech, the introduction of the bell now is just to remind them to please keep it brief, or you might hear a little from me about your speech. So our first category of the evening in the GCC region is the GCC Region Manufacturer of the Year Award, the aim behind which is to encourage the development and progress of the Made in GCC brand with a focus on excellence in production, distribution, and aftermarket practices. To give the award away, may I request Mr. Safdar Mirza, Assistant General Manager, GECO Industrial Packaging, LLC, to join me on the stage. Of the 5 entries received, the shortlisted companies in the category GCC Region Manufacturer of the Year are Carrier Middle East, Kira Industries, LLC, and GAMI Air Conditioners Manufacturing Company. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner in the category GCC Region Manufacturer of the Year for 2017 is Carrier Middle East. Congratulations. Congratulations to Carrier. Please, gentlemen, would you like to say a few words?
I'll be very brief, okay? Ladies, gentlemen, good evening. I'll be very brief. 115 years ago, Willys Carrier invented air conditioning. I am very proud to be here tonight, after 115 years, to take this prize. I would like to thank the UAE government and thank the Climate Control Organization and thank all our customers. Hope to see you soon and have a nice dinner.
Thank you. You were perfectly succinct. Congratulations again to Carrier. Before we proceed any further, we shall hear a brief speech from our platinum sponsor, GECO, followed by a short video. Mr. Safdar Mirza, Assistant General Manager of GECO, will do the honors. Thank you, Mr. Mirza, for coming to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening. Distinguished guests, dear colleagues and friends. It is an extremely pleasure for me to be here, and I can see a lot of familiar faces, industry specialists and friends tonight. I would like to start by saying that GECO IPL is sponsored, and GECO IPL is honored to be here. And I'm here to express my feelings on behalf of GECO IPL. I wanted to thank all our customers, suppliers who came all the way and traveled to attend this evening. Dear friends, we all know we are in an extremely challenging economic environment, and we believe that challenges are always bring new hope for success. Our vision is very much clear. We are committed to deliver you our promise, to improve life, quality life for our employees, people, and customers in society. GECO IPL has been serving the industry more than 30 years. Let me just give you a brief introduction about some of the divisions, which includes refrigeration gases, accessories, blended polyol, plastic polymers, and recovery and reclamation of refrigerant gases. Tonight, I am proud to announce that in short span of time, GECO IPL has become a sole distributor for Flow brand, not only for Middle East, but Southeast Asia as well. I want to thank Flow Management. I wanted to thank Al-Batha Management, our principals. I would like to mention a few names here: Naveen Fluorine, Gujarat Fluorochemicals, Unicorn, Caltech Refrigeration, and BNF Extractor. Because of their support, their support gives us more strength to move forward and explore new possibilities. I wanted to thank CPI Industry for organizing such a great evening. I won't take much of your time, so thank you very much once again. Thanks a lot. Enjoy the evening. Thanks.
Jico Industrial and Packing LLC is a proud member of Al-Batha Holding Group, one of the largest groups in UAE, operating under the ownership of ruler family of Sharjah. The group consists of more than 20 autonomous companies in diversified sectors of automotive, pharmaceuticals, manufacturing, electronics, FMCG, real estate, Jico Engineering Group, and many others.
We have embarked on a mission to become the leading refrigerant and HVA accessory provider in the GCC region. To achieve this vision, we have created a competitive advantage by focusing on quality, customer service, and technology innovation. We have a team of professional engineers and internal processes to achieve this vision, and so far we are proud to have come a long way to achieve this goal.
Jico Industrial and Packing was established in 1986, and in its 30 years of existence, the division has made distinguished foothold in the HVAC and refrigeration industry by providing high-quality HCFCs, HFCs, and HVAC equipment from countries like US, Singapore, France, India, UK, Italy, Germany, Netherlands, and China. Unlike other refrigeration equipment suppliers in the region, Jico has its own refilling station in Jico Industrial Complex, spread over 800,000 square feet, located in Sharjah, UAE. The refilling facility is equipped with ultra-modern facilities to provide high-quality refrigerants and HVAC accessories for customers around the region. At every stage of refilling and trading process, Jico uses complete quality assurance to deliver best value to its customers. Digital refilling techniques and constant quality checks are employed to ensure 100% refilling output. Owing to its quality management processes, the company received an ISO 9001 certification in 2008. The company also strives hard towards environmental protection. As part of its environment protection initiative, the company also offers refrigerant reclamation services to its clients. The company has a long-standing history in dealing with both disposable and refillable refrigerants, trading internationally recognized brands such as Calton, BNF, DuPont, Arkema, Clear, Mafron. In 2014, the company inaugurated one of its kind interactive showrooms in Dera, Dubai, displaying premium brands in products including copper tubes, compressors, flaring tools, digital gas analyzers, and many others. The showroom now caters to the re-export market, serving clients from Iran, Pakistan, Russia, Africa and Jordan, and Saudi Arabia, Oman, Bahrain, Qatar. Jico Industrial and Packaging has secured a unique competitive advantage through its highly collaborated supply chain methods. The company owns 2 high-capacity warehouses spread over 25,000 square feet to ensure immediate delivery needs of its valued customers around the region. Currently, the company enjoys a wide network of satisfied customers from Abu Dhabi, Dubai and Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Al Ain, Qatar and Saudi Arabia. In the last 5 years, the company has seen exemplary progress in terms of sales performance, product diversification and clientele growth through core value proposition of customer focus, quality, innovation and social responsibility, which keeps it a mile ahead. This has only been possible due to a highly motivated employee team who come every day to give their 100% and make a difference in their respective functions. GICO Industrial and Packing, a mile ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Mirza, and on behalf of CPI Industry, thank you so much for your wonderful support of the Climate Control Awards. A small housekeeping note before I proceed on to our next award. The organizers request all of the winners to have their close-up, so please, one of the representatives will come to your table to escort you out to the hall for a quick photo shoot. As per tradition, the December issue of Climate Control will have all of the winners' photos in it. It's a wonderful issue, so be sure to grab it when it comes out. And you really wouldn't want to miss being part of that one. Also, the names of all the winners will be entered in a raffle draw that will be conducted by CPI Industry towards the end of the ceremony. One lucky winner will receive a voucher worth US $12,000 for a digital marketing package from Climate Control Middle East and its online platform, www.climatecontrolme.com. So, our next category this evening is the Dominic D'Souza Award for Innovation. This particular award category is named to honor and perpetuate the memory of Dominic D'Souza, the dear departed publisher of CPI Media Group. This award seeks to recognize and honor innovation leading to a paradigm shift in engineering or a business approach in air conditioning, ventilation, or refrigeration disciplines towards the goal of safeguarding the environment, reliability, meeting IEQ aspirations, and food safety, among other virtues. To give the award away, may I request Dominic D'Souza's sister, Ms. Maria D'Souza, to please join me on stage. Among the 6 entries we received for the category, 3 were shortlisted. The shortlisted companies in this category are DICE Ecological Cleaning Services, Green Earth Technologies Company, GetCo, and P&T Architects and Engineers. And the award winner for the Dominic D'Souza Award for Innovation for 2017 is DICE Ecological Cleaning Services. Congratulations.
Good evening. Unexpected, but very thankful for that. DICE is since 1 year here at the market as a dry ice blasting company. With this award, with this product, a new product, it's called Jetty Robot. It's really very innovative, and thank you very much. And I wish everyone a nice evening. Thank you.
Congratulations again to DICE Ecological Cleaning Services. The next award category for the evening is Manufacturer of the Year, Standalone DX, including VRF Systems. And to give the award away, may I call to the stage Mr. Muzammil Shakani, the Managing Director of Rubber World Industries, LLC. And now let's take a look at the shortlisted entries. They are Dicon Middle East and Africa, LG Electronics, Midea, NIA Limited, and Daikin Middle East and Africa for their second shortlisted entry. And the winner of the Manufacturer of the Year Standalone DX, including VRF systems for 2017 is Dicon Middle East and Africa. And Dicon wins the award for its VRV4 series. Thank you, Mr. Shekhani. Would the gentleman like to say a few words?
Thank you very much, judges. And it has been since 1982 we invented VRV systems, and we have reached to the next generation where we are still leading. And we thank you all for, now this has become a category on its own. In 10 years back, if you look at it, it's applied or DX, but now we have a new category, which is VRV from Daikin, and there are many other players. So congratulations to all, and on behalf of VRF industry, I take this honor. Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again, Daikin, and well done. The next award category for the evening is District Cooling Company of the Year. And to give the award away, may I call to the stage Mr. Nasser Mohammed bin Josh, Chief Services Officer of Emicool. And the winner of the category District Cooling Company of the Year is DC Pro Engineering. Thank you, Mr. bin Josh. Would you please like to say a few words?
Hi, everyone. We are honored to win this award. At DC Pro, we've been trying to push the bar higher and higher through innovation, tri-generation, sustainable energy, green energy, and we've been trying to raise the standards in district cooling. And thank you so much. This is such a privilege. Thank you.
Congratulations once again. And the next category is the MEP Contractor of the Year Award. And to give the award away, may I call to the stage Mr. Deepak Badra, General Manager of Leminar Air Conditioning Industries. And the winner of the category MEP Contractor of the Year is Voltas Limited.
Thank you, CPA. Thank you, judges. It's 40 years of existence in the Middle East, 63 years of existence in the world. It's a Tata company. We are committed to the region. We are committed to the society. We are committed to the engineering. Thank you.
And the next category is Building Efficiency Retrofit Project of the Year Award. And to give the award away, may I call to the stage Mr. Magdi Mekki, the CEO of GAMI Air Conditioners Manufacturing Company. Of the entries received, one company was shortlisted. This was a tough competition. The company in question, by virtue of meeting the minimum threshold, which was very challenging, required to be selected as a winner, was unanimously chosen. And the winner of the category, Building Efficiency Retrofit Project of the Year for 2017 is Smart for Power.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So we as Smart for Power are a 5-year-old company specialized in energy management services. This award is actually a true testimony of the hard work that the team has put towards not only providing the right solutions for the customers, but in the end, helping them to save their utility consumption, which is one of the largest concerns today, and also help to save the environment. So we accept this with a lot of pride on behalf of Smart for Power. Thank you, CPI. Thank you, organizers. Have a great evening.
Before we proceed any further, we shall view a short video from our diamond sponsor, GAMI Air Conditioning Manufacturing Company. Thank you again to GAMI for being our diamond sponsor this evening. The next category is the Commissioning Recommissioning Company of the Year Award. And to give the award away, may I call to the stage Mohammed Sakan, General Manager of GAMI Air Conditioners Manufacturing Company. And the winner of the category Commissioning Recommissioning Company of the Year is AESG.
thank the judges for recognizing us as the #1 commissioning and recommissioning company this year. 20 years in this market for me, and it's about time we had some good recognition for commissioning, the culmination of years of design, install. So thank you for the judges and thank you for CPI.
The next category is the Editor's Choice Award, which recognizes and honors those individuals or entities that have evolved HVACR-related initiatives and implementation strategies towards helping achieve the socioeconomic development and sustainable development goals of the Middle East region. The awardees are chosen based on such ideals as vision, collaborative effort, earnestness, and intellectual honesty. The winners are selected by the editor of Climate Control Middle East magazine and consultation, if necessary, with a technical peer review committee and with the consent and approval of KPMG. This year, the editor has chosen 2 winners. To give away the award, may I call to the stage Mr. B. Surrender, the editor of Climate Control Middle East and the co-founder and editorial director of CPI Industry. The first winner of the Editor's Choice Award for 2017 is Mr. George Barbari, the CEO of DC Pro Engineering. George receives the award for his outstanding contribution to the pursuit of renewable energy in the Middle East and around the world. He's also a strong advocate for setting up of thermal energy networks. In March of 2017, George released the book, The Energy Budget, as a synthesis of his many years of experience and expertise in tracking and rationalizing energy use. Under the premise that global warming is probably the biggest failure of the human race, George in his book presents a cogent argument leading to a possible solution for the formidable challenge confronting the world in the form of global warming, of how we can self-finance the efforts towards mitigation by developing an energy budget in every city and country across the world. In his review on the book in Climate Control Middle East, industry personality Farhan Jaratli wrote, "The book offers a brilliant analysis of the worldwide need to balance economic development and environmental protection."
This book took me 3 years of work between 12 midnight till 4 in the morning, between managing a company and having a family. I'm so pleased that I contributed a small solution to the world, way beyond air conditioning. And in that process, I had to educate myself a lot about energy. And I now know why it's so difficult to resolve, because it's very complex matter. And 2 weeks ago, I released version 2 of the book with an added chapter, Utopolis City. Just to give you a highlight, I took a sample, Toronto City. Toronto has 2 million people living there with a municipal budget for running expenses of $3 billion and investment budget of $1 billion. They spend $6.5 billion of energy, 1.5 times. So in the book, it's tackling, doesn't that deserve a budget? Doesn't that need to have a plan to run it down to every home, to every office, to every factory? And that's what the solution. And right now, everybody talking about global warming and climate change and signing high up, and nobody has a plan how to bring it down to people. And that's what the book is attempted for. And thank you for the award. Thank you, Surrender, for also editing the book for me as a voluntary work. And thank you for the crowd for your support, and for some of you for reading the book and commenting on it. Thank you.
The second winner of the Editor's Choice Award for 2017 is Dr. Iyad Al-Attar, Independent Air Infiltration Consultant. Dr. Iyad is an independent air filtration consultant based in Kuwait City. His area of research involves air quality and air filter performance for HVAC and gas turbine applications. Specifically, he has probed deep into advanced air filtration technologies with special emphasis on the physical and chemical characterization of difficult ducts and the air filter performance operating in different climate conditions. Dr. Altar has been active in the field of air pollution in an effort to research its control measures, especially in the context of the severe sandstorms that Kuwait experiences. He's a strident advocate of tighter air filtration measures across various building profiles, passionately arguing against what he calls an unfounded concern over pressure drop and its affecting energy efficiency, especially in view of advances made in air filtration technology to address the issue in a balanced manner.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first start by thanking Climate Control for awarding me such a prestigious award. I also like to thank all my readers, especially those who took the time to write back to me and inform me that my articles have actually made a difference to them and to the communities they served. It actually meant a lot to me. And let me also start by saying it's hard to bring up air quality without citing air pollution. And it's hard to address air pollution without highlighting air filtration. It's impossible to deny that the access to clean air is declining. And if we really claim that we always hear on different conferences that clean air is a human right, then we should really secure its delivery to 7.5 billion people around the globe, half of which live on less or around $2 per day. Some have neither a shelter nor access to sanitation. Some fight illnesses on their own. And when medical care is sought, their doctors operate without healthcare facilities needed to perform their professional practice. I know we all came today with our high-tech smartphones, but let's also remind tonight ourselves with these people that they're possibly suffering as we speak. It may seem naive for me to stand here and demand clean air for such individuals who lack the basic needs to survive. But personally, from this stage, demanding clean air for them is a dream I will not give up. Let's also be honest. If we promise our kids a cleaner climate than the one we've inherited, then our environmental actions must match that promise. If we realize the ethical obligation of appropriate filter selection, then our filter selection must be aligned so that HVAC systems can provide cleaner air. Let's also remember who could be the end user of our air filtration, air conditioning: kids, infants. Ladies and gentlemen, 300 million children worldwide are exposed to an air quality that is 6 times higher than the international guidelines. From this stage tonight, I'd like all of us to take a pledge to rewrite our understanding of clean air. Let's also employ smarter filtration technologies and try to provide it not only for those who can, but also cannot. We decided to share a couple of slides tonight. If we look at the population, it's around 7.6 billion. We have urbanization is growing, industrial development, infrastructure to accommodate all these people and industrial activities. You need HVAC systems, of course, but you also need filtration to serve both your energy sector, to provide the HVAC system with energy, but also you need to filter air for indoor air quality. You need to do this with an environmentally responsible manner. Challenges include emissions, sandstorms, several particles that may exist in the air we inhale. And if I do a nasty experiment on you tonight, if I supply contaminants and turn off the AC, your first complaint would be your thermal comfort. But we have the luxury to choose what air we need and what air we like to breathe. Billion people live on around $1 per day. But let's also think of those who have no access to healthcare facilities. Not only no access to smart filtration or smart air conditioning, but there are a lot of people, around half of the world's population. So let's think of the quality that they breathe. There are some initiatives that even declared war on air pollution because climate is changing. So are we changing? What is it in our processes that's actually different than 5 years ago or a year ago or 10 years ago? My vision is if we don't really do something very smart or much smarter than what we see today, I think we're going to end up with an additional item, which is your own helmet equipped with multi-stage filtration for gaseous and particulate matter. Or you can buy bottled or canned clean air. And remember, this cannot be a filtration plan. I cannot be acquiring the smartest air conditioning system and ending up with a plan like this. And remember, if this doesn't move your heart, just remember those 3 kids. They can be in Africa, they can be in Asia, they can be anywhere. So if we think of them being our end user, I'm sure it's going to influence our design criteria. Thank you very much.
And now, with the exercise of giving out awards, we have a pleasing interlude. About a month ago, Rauda bin Bar, a young Emirati studying to be a chemical engineer at STS Al Ain, participated in the World Skills Competition. In doing so, she became the first ever female in the 44-year history of the competition to test her wits in the air conditioning and refrigeration category. Vying with 23 other competitors from around the world, many of them leaders in the field of air conditioning and refrigeration, Rauda designed and brazed her way to develop a fully functioning ice-making unit, and as an additional task, troubleshot an air conditioning unit. Though she did not win in her category, the judges marked her out for special mention, as it was remarkable for them that she had chosen to compete in a category that has been an exclusive preserve of men. In her efforts, Rauda received support in the form of materials, training, and mentorship from Danfoss. SKM also provided her training. Inspired by the experience, Rauda, who is a chemical engineering student, closely studies refrigerants and thermodynamics, says she is keen on a career in refrigeration and cooling. As a leadership gesture, Climate Control Middle East Magazine is very pleased to recognize and specially honor Rauda for her efforts. May we have a very big hand for this young leader. And for this, I request Ms. Anwar Al-Shimari from the UAE Ministry of Infrastructure Development to join me on stage to give away a special certificate of appreciation to Rauda. And with that special story, I'd now like to invite to the stage Mr. Frederic Paye, the co-founder and commercial director for CPI Industry, to give a special address leading to dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Frederic Paye.
A very good evening to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. But please allow me to just sort out a small technical sound issue at the back, please. Denzel, I think you played the wrong music for my introduction. Everybody got Mozart, and I got, what is it, Rocket Man from Elton John? Yeah, so what is it? Sorry, we have to talk after the event. I had specifically requested you to play Climate Man, not Rocket Man. Anyway, I feel you very serious. It's very good. It's a very serious event, ladies and gentlemen. But please feel free to cheer when you are shortlisted, you know, and scream and applaud as much as you want. As long as nobody cries, we're okay. Now, distinguished guests, dear friends, a very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome from my heart to the 7th edition of the Oscars of the Regions HVACR Industry, the Climate Control Awards 2017 edition, powered by GECO. And it always pains me not being able to shake everyone's hand tonight, and I hope I have the opportunity to do so later on and in the next few days, hopefully during the Big Five show. I would personally like to thank the Ministry of Infrastructure Development for their renewed patronage of the most important event for the regional HVACR industry. By doing so, the Ministry, in its undeniable vision, has yet again granted this event the ultimate seal of integrity. Thanks also to our highly distinguished panel of judges who have worked more than ever on the entries. I say more than ever, since they donated this year 2 full days of their unbelievably busy schedules to meet every one of our participants in face-to-face interviews. I think we owe them a big round of applause. Thanks also to KPMG for their invaluable collaboration since 2011. Our sponsors, of course, our wonderful Master of Ceremonies, Holly Chant, who, following last year's overwhelming performance, kindly accepted our invitation again. Thank you very much. And all, absolutely. And all our international guests for being here tonight, and all the participants, of course. Tonight, though, I would like to express special congratulations to all the shortlisted companies. I said special since this edition of the Climate Control Awards is the most competitive event ever. Some of the world's biggest brands are here tonight. Having said that, you don't have to be big to win. As Ernst Schumacher famously said, small is beautiful, and size does not always equate with excellence in one's field. So to all the shortlisted companies tonight, and the ones to come in the second part of the event, I extend our warmest congratulations. This is a very big deal indeed, and you can be proud of yourselves. The quality and number of entries is unprecedented this year. To the companies which did not make it, I also say this is not the end of the road. Keep trying. Why would you give up on the road to excellence? By giving up, you just give away your chance to shine to your competitor. You may have the best product in the world, and we've seen instances of that in the past, but this exercise is what I would call the ultimate pitch, meaning you still have to convince our eminent panel of judges by presenting hard facts and data. All KPIs have to be answered in a thorough and precise fashion. This exercise in presentation skills can also help your team, your company, win the biggest contracts in the future, not to mention the incredible boost the Climate Control Award trophy can add to your brand. A very special welcome as well to all our VIP guests tonight from the biggest consulting, contracting, and property development firms in the region. We have Damac in the house, Atkins, the engineering office, to name only a few. Now, I would like to quickly run you through, if you allow me, our 2018 calendar of events. On the 10th of January, we will be launching a new seminar called Split Decision, in Dubai to have a closer look at the new generation of split units with topics such as the relationship between their inverterization and energy efficiency. On February 19th, our third Middle East HVAC Fire Safety Conference will travel to Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. In March, the 6th edition of our annual VRF conference will take place for the first time in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, in close partnership with GSO. In April, the 5th edition of our World IEQ Forum, and we talked already, thank you Iyad for your wonderful presentation on indoor air quality, will happen in Dubai. At the end of April, our highly successfully launched consultant contractor conference will again take place in Dubai as well. And at last, but certainly not least, this very event, Climate Control Awards, will again take place, as the tradition wishes, on the second night of the Big Five show week in November. And we are proud to announce that Midea has already signed as our bronze sponsor. Thank you for your early support, which will expose your brand for one full year in our promotional campaign. Speaking of events, as a producer of marquee HVACR industry-related conferences, we operate under the philosophy that events are an extension of our editorial responsibilities. We do not make events just for the sake of organizing events. There is a deep social connotation behind all of them. As CPI industry, we take our role as producer of conferences very seriously indeed. And an integral part of the event-related stakeholder engagement is a well-structured follow-up mechanism. To date, as you will see on the screen, all our conferences have yielded detailed post-event reports, which have widely been circulated to the government and private sectors. What you see on the screen are but a few examples of our robust follow-up mechanism in the form of reports. We have a white paper titled IEQ in the healthcare, education, and hospitality sectors in the UAE that got published. The book, IEQ in Schools, that you are more welcome, all of you, to request. The post-event report also of Food Chain, 2017. Varsity on VRF systems in the magazine. We also have breaking news for you tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But before that, I wanted to explain the context of this news. In 2005, we launched the Climate Control Directory that you can pick up at the Big Five and at the reception. And we had 59 companies listed in it. Today, we have 611 companies listed from all over the world selling to this region. We launched it actually at the request of a very big local contractor to help them with their product sourcing. And with the time efficiency concern behind it, they did not want their engineers to spend too much time on the internet looking for supplier after supplier. So the idea of the guide came to fruition thanks to them. Now, times have changed, obviously, and everything is nearly on the net, as long as suppliers' websites themselves are updated, which is not always the case. So we moved the Climate Control Directory online, and we noticed that more and more end users, clients, developers, procurement departments turn to us if we can help them in their search for chillers, who we could recommend. Of course, we don't not recommend anybody. We have a neutral approach. So we just invite them to go online and look for a list of suppliers. So as a result, since we already have most of the suppliers on the site, it is a natural progression to open a new section on the website on tenders, which will be accessible sometime next year for free to all basic package subscribers and upwards of the Climate Control Directory. And also in January, all our subscribers will receive their free copy of the immensely popular Climate Control Calendar, listing all HVACR events in the world in English and Arabic. But now is the time to extend our warmest thanks to all our sponsors for their generous support of this initiative, focused on rewarding the best industry practices in the region. And this year, as I mentioned, the Climate Control Awards are powered by GECO, our platinum sponsor. Now, this is also great news, since GECO is also our entertainment sponsor tonight. And thanks to their support, we have for the first time an international act in the house for your enjoyment, all the way from Germany. They're absolutely fantastic. So please join me in making a huge round of applause for GECO, please. And also our diamond sponsor, GAMI. Thank you. Our silver sponsors, Emicool, Gulfoflex, and Train. Our bronze sponsors, Delta Duct CAD, Leminar, Rheem, and Tabreed. Our sustainability partner, GREENIA. Our HVAC fire safety partner, CVS. That's what I'm talking about. Our top category sponsors, Gulf District Cooling, Hammond, You Can Scream, Leminar, Finland Fire Duct Systems, and Sauter. Our associate sponsors, AESG, and Hera Industries, Diamond Walraven. And our strategic HVACR recruitment partner, CarriersBay.com. Okay. And our raffle sponsors, very important, Blue Air and Carriers Bay and Hertz, very generous this year. And this very lovely hotel, Rodal Rouge, downtown, for the generous contribution. More on that later. Please, again, join me in a very loud and general round of applause for all our sponsors. Thank you so much. Now, Surinder and I would also naturally like to thank the amazing Climate Control Awards organizing committee who has worked tirelessly for you tonight again. I mean Ali, Alwyn, Anna, Benwen, Chris, Dove, Hannah Joy, Judy in China, we have Chinese friends among us, Kanika and Anat in Canada, Karan, Mac, Muzamil, and at last but certainly not least, Rukaya. Now, before I go, I have a personal innovation award as well to give, if you allow me. This company in the UK has designed a very special extractor, and I put emphasis on the word extractor fan, which not only takes out all your usual contaminants, grease and VOCs, but has also designed a very useful inbuilt added feature which incorporates a very special anti-theft mechanism. As you can see on the slide here, very innovative. This man in the UK tried to rob, and this is not fake, this is from the UK press, tried to rob a chicken shop and got stuck in this simply amazing fan. And the police came and simply removed him after a few hours of being stuck in there. That's what I call award-winning design right there. Now, on a more serious note, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce to you for the first time at the Climate Control Awards, two international heavyweights, not literally, of course, I would never say that about friends, of our industry. The first one, all the way from the USA, Mr. Jim Walters, unfortunately, had to apologize, but he has a replacement, the Vice President for Certification of the of the Air Conditioning, Heating and Refrigeration Institute, otherwise known as AHRI, Mr. Bill Tritsis, please. Of AHRI, I would like to say this: we deeply respect its vision and leadership. I don't know if you remember this, but we do. On that fateful day when Mr. Trump decided to withdraw from the Paris Agreement, and AHRI issued the very next day, or even instantly, the following statement. AHRI stressed that the President's decision to withdraw the United States from the Paris Climate Accord will not change the commitment of the heating, ventilation, air conditioning, refrigeration, and water heating industry to energy efficiency and environmental stewardship. And we highly respect that, ladies and gentlemen. Now, without further ado, please welcome Mr. Bill Tritsis, Vice President, with a very befitting presidential introduction.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frederick. You're definitely a crowd pleaser here, and you liven up the audience. Thank you for the introduction. It's a pleasure to be in front of you all, and on behalf of AHRI and the legendary Jim Walters, yes, I would like to express how grateful we are at AHRI for our long association with climate control. And we're very pleased of how climate control and CPI addresses the region's needs, and particularly through activities as AHRI, like the Kigali, the development of the Kigali Amendment, the Montreal Protocol, your support of the Montreal Protocol, as particularly as it relates to high temperature states in Article 5. We also like to thank you for your support of the region's energy efficiency efforts. And as recently as Saudi Arabia, that came up with MEPS, obviously, and the special recognition that the HRI certification programs received in assuring that products that meet the minimum energy performance standards of Saudi Arabia have a go-through in the market. Again, the region is transforming rapidly, and we are eager to work with you in meeting the region's needs. Thank you again.
Thank you, Bill, indeed, for being here tonight. And now, please allow me also to introduce to you the equally hardworking director of the newly established yet very active Eurovent Middle East, Mr. Markus Latner, all the way from the Czech Republic. Well, actually, not really, as the music will tell you. Thank you.
I am from Austria. I am from Austria.
Yes. Frederick, thank you for that intro. Good evening and welcome to this year's Climate Control Awards. And a big thank you to Frederick and CPI Industry for this invitation to give a little address. As much as the Climate Control Awards represent an initiative to recognize excellence and achievements in the various fields of the HVACR industry, I would like to take this opportunity now to put the spotlight on a section of people who we usually forget about and who rarely enjoy some recognition from us. I'm referring to those who provide a constant flow of information, who come to ask us for our views and our inputs, and who connect the industry and provide audience for our issues. Climate Control Middle East is a landmark publication in its own, and it has long been an institution. It connects the industry with the region and the region to the world. The leading position it holds, it has earned by excellent work over many years, and the same goes for the conferences it conducts. We often take magazines for granted, or even annoying when they come to ask us for advertisement and sponsorships. But we should not forget the hard work behind and the resources which it needs to provide formats of quality. Ever since climate change has been called a fake news or Chinese hoax, we should be very grateful for the independent and professional work of journalists, editors, and writers. Eurovent Middle East this year has participated, contributed, and supported a number of the conferences. And I would like to take this opportunity now to thank the whole team of CPI, the editors and writers of Climate Control Middle East for their excellent work and the great cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to conclude with a big thanks to all of you who took so much interest in the formation of Eurovent Middle East this year, and who appreciate the work we have done to provide a common platform for the industry. I see it as part of our responsibility to honor also those who dedicate their time and energy to provide our industry with the necessary publicity in the most professional way. Therefore, congratulations once again to Climate Control Middle East, CPI Industry, for their excellent team and their excellent work. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marcus, and my friend at AHRI for your kind words. Deeply, deeply appreciated. And now that's it with me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, bonsoir, best wishes for the upcoming participants, ma salama, and more importantly, bon appétit.